Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video we are going to replace the motherboard or the main board on an HME HS6200 wireless intercom headset. Well, this one is used in drive-through, but these are used all over the industry, including production and event and media, you name it. Even some types of these headsets are being used by football coaches. So it's a very common headset in the intercom and industrial world. So here's how we replace the motherboard. This is the one with a defective motherboard, and this is a good motherboard. We're going to replace it. Let's learn. So the first thing we need to do is we need to open all the 3 screws and pop open this so the cable is extended, because the cable is too short if we don't open this. Okay, so let's open this. First we want to remove the headband because it's on our way. That's the first thing we want to get it out of our way. The headband is attached with just 1 screw. You remove 1 screw, the headband is out, set it aside, and now you have 2 more screws to go. However, before you open these 2 screws, you have to pop this open and extend the cable because the cable is too short. So in order to do that, you need an object that's like a knife, maybe like a prying tool. You need a prying tool to open these little tabs. It has a lot of tabs. Once I remove them, I'm going to show you the tabs, because it's black on black. You don't see it. It blends in so good that you're not going to be able to see it. But once I remove it, you will see the tabs. These are the tabs that I was talking about. These tabs. See these? All of these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 tabs, they have hooks pointing inwards like this, holding on to this. So basically what we are doing is we are kind of pulling these out so this can pop open, but you have to be very careful not to cut these wires accidentally, what that is. Now we will open these 2 screws. Okay, so we are opening the other screws, and right here, let me point with this. Right here, it is going down with a little hook underneath, so that you have to slide it up and slide it this way. Watch here. There you go. See this? See this right here? That was hooking right here in this notch. Now you need to extend this cable, because if you notice here, I don't know if the camera can catch that, but there is a super glue here. Right there's a super glue. I don't think the camera can catch it. Let me remove it so you can see. Okay, so you have to remove this and this. You have to remove this spring. Notice all the parts that are coming out. You have to keep those in a safe place because you will need them. Now let's talk about the super glue that I mentioned earlier, that I said you couldn't see it. The super glue is on the cable, on this right here. There's where the super glue is attached to here. So you have to kind of pull it gently so the super glue disengages, but the cable itself is not stripped, or the cable covering or sleeve is not on the side of the super glue, and you don't want the cable like exposed, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so now we bend these. See, 1, 2, 3. Bend them in and slide this out. If you don't bend them in, you're gonna have a very hard time sliding them out. Now, in order to get a clean disengagement and engagement of these, you have to use a soldering paste. This is what I'm using, but you can use any soldering paste. Now I'm going to zoom in because this is critical part that you need to see. It's like board level desoldering. Set your soldering iron to 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, notice this cable is blue. See, this cable is blue, this is black. The one that's blue is for the LED. The one that's black is for the microphone. And then on the blue cable, you have red and green LED. The black wire is for red LED, the white wire is for green LED, as you can see here. Okay? And then on the black cable, the black wire is for mic 2 and the white wire is for mic 1. In other words, this is mic positive, this is mic negative. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to flip this the other way and open this flat ribbon cable. So to do that, you have to slide this brown little tab, slide it out, slide the brown tab out. Once you slid it out, watch this. Let me grab a needle, a tweezer. Watch this. You simply pull it out like that. You see that? Very simple. You push this out and slide that out. Now we have to disengage these two wires. Again, we're gonna need some soldering paste for clean disengagement. We have to disengage these two wires. Disengage these two wires. I added paste for clean disengagement. Okay, so the wires are disengaged. This board is completely out, and we were going to bring the good board. This is the good board. Now we need to solder these two back in place. Okay, remember that when you solder these back in place, it's very important to know that the black wire, this black wire is on this side and the yellow one is on this side. Let me bring this closer so you could see. This is yellow, this is black. That's how you have to engage it. Basically, if you're looking at it from this way, this is black, this is yellow. Black closer to the battery terminal, yellow further away from the battery terminal. Okay, that's how you re-engage it. Now, in order to put this, I have to make sure these holes are completely solder free. And how we do that? You use soldering solder sucker. This is a solder sucker. As you can see, like that. That's a solder sucker, and this is what we need in order to clean this. So let me do it from this side so the pressure doesn't bring pressure on the battery terminal. Let's see, how should we do this? Watch that these two, they need to be solder free. They need to be free of solder, okay? So it's very hard to get it on camera. Let's see what we can do here. Hold on. Okay, so I put the camera from an angle so you could see that I need to kind of remove the solder from these two positions so that I can feed the cable. Let me get a good glass with good magnification level. The first one was a success, and the second was a success. Now if you notice, there are two holes now. These two holes are where the cable will enter. Okay, so now we bring this cable. Remember that the cable must go through this plate. Okay, the cable must go through this plate. It's very important that it goes through this plate. We have to make sure the cable is slim enough to enter through those holes. We are making sure the cable is slim enough to enter through those tiny holes. And let's see. So watch carefully. This one is the most critical part. Okay, as you can see, I kind of fed the cable from both holes, and as you can see, this is the heading of each cable. So that's pretty good job there. Now we are going to solder those cables. Make sure that they don't get loose. Both cables are successfully soldered. You can see them. Okay, now let's go back to the second camera. Zoom out a little bit. Now we have to put this back in the housing and attach this cable. So basically I push the cable all the way in and I close the two tabs, these two tabs, brown tabs. Okay, same way as I opened it. And make sure, let me show you this, make sure that this switch is close, touches this and it's not over it, like above it. It's right here. Now we will solder the microphone and LED lights. The microphone one was black and white. White is mic 1 and black is mic 2. It's labeled there. And same thing, this one is red LED, and this one is green LED. Again, red LED. Let me zoom in. That's where you need to zoom in again. Pay attention. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. Okay, so pay attention please. This is green LED, this is red LED, this is microphone 2, microphone 1. Okay, now we will put it back together. Make sure you push this underneath this first, and make sure this is seated. This is like totally seated, And let's zoom out. And once you have this all in place, watch right here. I think I should use the other camera again. Let me see which camera gives me a good angle. Yeah, I think this camera does. Yeah, this is a good angle. So now we will put the spring right here. You see the spring there? That's where we put the spring. And then we put this guy. You see the arrow pointing on this? Let me show you that arrow. That arrow is pointing up, right? So in that position, you slide it on this, like this. Arrow pointing to the inner part of this U-shaped metal. And then you put it right here. Watch. That's the battery release mechanism. You put it right there. And you close this on top of it. Okay, like this. Now, what you need to do is you need to make sure this cable, the yellow and black cable, is not hanging inside here. That's a very common mistake. It basically, what I'm saying is that sometimes inside the battery compartment that cable is hanging and it will block the battery. So that's what we're trying to do, is making sure it is not blocking the battery. Okay, so it was actually blocking and I just removed it. It was blocking the battery. So before I put this back together, I'm going to insert a battery and remove the battery to see if the battery is blocked and inserted and removed easily. Okay, so the battery is inserted and removed easily. Now I'm going to put this one back. That's like sound echo prevention. One more thing, I must mention that when you put this back together, you see this little square part. This comes to the bottom like that. So yeah, the wire wasn't fully feeded and I kind of pulled the wire. Again, the square part here, let me use a needle. The square part must be on this side. So this is now back in place. Now we will put the screws. Remember, each screw has a lock washer. It is very important to put back the lock washer, otherwise the headset will come loose. These headsets go through a lot. They go through a lot. So now let's get the second screw. Notice this screw we put first, and then we put the third screw together with the headband. So first you have to insert the headband like this. Once you insert the headband, you put the last screw and close it. And voila, we have successfully switched and replaced the motherboard. Now moment of truth, we have to test it. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna put a fully charged battery in this, and after I put the fully charged battery, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a microphone right here, so you can listen to it, you know, doing its ritual and you know, registration and whatnot. So here's my microphone, right? I'm gonna put a new battery. Let me increase the volume of this mic. Okay. I'm gonna do registration now.
Headset C, battery full, registration.
Okay, at least the surgery was successful.
Headset 6, lane 1.
Okay, so the registration complete. Hello, 1, 2. Hello, hello. Hello, 1, 2. Okay, so the surgery was successful. The main board was replaced, and everything seems to be working. And that's it. So that's how you do that. And now what I'm going to do is put the cover here, the sponge, this guy right here. I'll put this and I'll be in business. Alright, so that's how you do it. It's a little involved. It requires meticulous soldering, but it's something doable. It's something you can do. You don't need a microscope. I mean, I have a microscope, but I didn't have to use it. I didn't have to use the microscope. Pretty simple. Alright, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe.